be right here. So, hey guys, this is Joshua here from my YouTube channel, and I'm autistic, as I'm sure a lot of you might know. I'm here with Denise today, who's going to be talking about neurofeedback and everything about how to do it and whatnot.
Okay, hi. Yes, I'm Denise. Well, thank you, Josh, and thank you for this opportunity to talk about neurofeedback. I've been working with Josh for about 5 years, on and off, some breaks in between. And over the 5 years, I have noticed some very remarkable changes. And I'm sure you know most of those, but he's now 18.
17 still.
17 still?
Yes.
I'm just bumping you up a little bit, Josh.
You're trying to
I'm
fast
turning you
forward
into an
to
old
September.
man.
You're trying to fast forward to the end of September, aren't you?
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yes.
But yes, when Joshua first started, he was about 11.
About year 4, year 5 kind
A
of.
lot of problems at school, a lot of problems at home, a lot of problems in the sessions with me. And all in all, it was a difficult time.
Yes.
And all of that is really about the fact of your autism.
Yes.
Not, basically you're a very good human being.
Yes.
You've turned into a delightful young man.
Yes.
In the early days, I asked his teachers if they would monitor and make a note of what changes that they had seen, and at the end of our first round of, I think, 20 sessions, they told me that he was no longer disruptive in class. Big plus for the teachers.
Yes.
You were less aggressive in the playground.
Another big plus.
Big plus for the other kids.
Yes.
And the big one, Joshua had previously had this unfortunate problem of messing his pants. That's the delicate way of putting it. But
yes.
It wasn't very pleasant, and it was a big problem for you.
Yes, not only for me, but for also other people.
Exactly.
Not just my teachers, but my fellow friends and that in school. So, because they didn't really want to smell or hear. So.
No. And that stopped. That problem stopped overnight after approximately 6 sessions of neurofeedback. One of the other big things that I've noticed in recent times, and you've just demonstrated it beautifully, Josh,
yes,
he's developed a great sense of empathy for other people.
Yes.
And he just indicated that when you said it was a big problem for other people around you, they didn't want to smell it and so on.
Yeah, they didn't
Very
want to hear
good
me do
example.
it.
So there's been a lot that's been going on over the years, and I'm going to show you what happens in a session. I'll describe it as I go.
Yes.
And Joshua's very familiar with it now, but I will do that for the sake of the video.
Yes.
And just talk a little bit about neurofeedback and what it is and how it works. Okay?
Yes.
Good.
So go ahead.
So. Okay, take position. So this form of neurofeedback is called the neurooptimal form of neurofeedback. And it is 100% natural. That means nothing goes into your brain at all. I put little sensors on his scalp and on his ears, and those little things, these things, can you see those? They merely observe the brain's electrical activity in the brain. The very sophisticated, highly complex technology takes a sort of form of a snapshot of the brain's electrical activity at the rate of, you ready? Yes. 256 times per second, which is pretty amazing. That my mind boggles at that. But that means the computer program, which took many years to develop, and is always being refined even as I speak. The program gets a very good look at the brain's activity, the electrical activity. When the program detects a certain type of turbulence in that activity, it interrupts the music that Joshua and others will be listening to through headphones. They hear a little click. You know the click, don't you?
Yes,
Josh?
I do.
Yeah, a little click, very brief interruption. And that's the feedback loop to the brain. It's telling the brain at this very moment in real time, your performance is not at its optimal level. It can do better. The brain then makes a decision whether to do something about fixing it up or not. Mostly the brain will tend to want to resolve whatever the problem is happening. The brain has this amazing ability, it's called neuroplasticity. That's medically recognised, neurologically known. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to repair, restore or replace the neuronal pathways in your brain. You've got millions of miles of pathways up here in this head of yours, Joshua. And when it's not wired up quite as it should, the brain has that ability to fix it up. I don't direct that process at all. The computer doesn't direct the process. The brain does it. It's the most amazing organ in the body. So I'm putting these little sensors on Joshua's head at a certain spot, just there. For those who understand these things, at the C3, C4 level in the brain mapping. And so they are just observing what's going on for the next 33 minutes of Joshua's session. And that's really how it is. Now I'm going to put the headphones on, and what I will say is that the neurooptimal form of neurofeedback has been designated as a general wellness device by the USA Food and Drug Authority, FDA. And that's exactly what it is. It's not a medical treatment. It's not an intervention because the computer doesn't do anything. The brain does the work itself. And so what is happening over the course of time, the brain makes those positive changes, and the end goal is working towards the central nervous system being in balance. Now that might take a long time, might take a short time, but usually, that's a pretty big ask for anyone. But it's a wonderful experience. It's very relaxing. Joshua just listens to music. Sometimes his eyelids get heavy. Sometimes people fall asleep. Don't know that you have actually. I remember when you were quite young, you would fall asleep sometimes, Josh.
Yes, I have fallen asleep before.
Yeah. Now, Josh chooses to do something on his
Tablet,
thank you, during the program. That's okay. He doesn't have to, of course. He can just lie back and enjoy it.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to pause the video right now, and we'll come back in 33 minutes and talk with Josh again at the end of the session. Okay, thank you. Back soon.
Yep.
And so we're back. How was that, Josh?
Yeah, it was very good, Denise.
Yeah?
What did you do when I was having this session?
Oh, I was out chatting to your dad.
Yes.
And I was putting this together, so if anyone wants to know more about neurofeedback, I hope you can read that all right. Just hold it a bit closer, yeah. Yep. Okay, so that's the website and email address and phone number if anyone wants more information. Okay, that's probably good enough. Now, what I was I'm just cleaning this paste off Josh's head. What I was just going to say to the people viewing this is that this is not just about helping people with autism. People with all sorts of concerns can benefit as well, be it emotional issues, people who are always feeling very sad and unhappy and lethargic and down in the dumps. Those people we have found over the course of time that people can benefit so that their moods become balanced and they can be laughing and happy. They can feel sad, of course that's a natural emotion, but it's all in balance. People with who find themselves worrying a lot over all sorts of things, they can also get the benefit. It's all about the brain coming into balance and everything gradually starting to operate the way it should. Some people who are always angry, feel angry, getting into fights or arguments a lot, they can manage their emotions a lot better. All sorts of things. Some people who've got all sorts of damage to their brain for whatever reason have been known to get some benefit as well. The other thing, Josh, that I need to say is that we can never make any promises. I don't know what your brain is going to do, but what I do know is that this process helps the brain function as well as it can. And that's pretty much how it all is about neurofeedback.
Yes.
All right?
Yep.
Now you look like you've been having a fight with all these cords and leads and things.
Yes, exactly.
All right, well thank you everyone. Thank you, Josh.
You're welcome.
I'm very
Denise.
glad you decided you wanted to make this video.
Yes.
That's lovely. All
Well,
right.
other than that, it's been wonderful doing this with you, and I hope you maybe even yourself get more people through this video.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you.
My public relations man. Okay, thank you and goodbye. You people need staplers in your household? There's so many of the family.
Oh, no.